Oh my, hello there, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Johnny Baghead. Excuse me a second there. Ooh. Welcome back for a surprise Saturday stream. I know, not something I do that often, but I was feeling the need, I was feeling the call of honor. Wait, hang on. But yes, I'm here to play some more Medal of Honor Frontline on PlayStation 2. This is continuing my first time playthrough playing on original hardware here. Because actually, you know, despite how big the World War II shooter was at this time, I actually did not play that many of them. I was always, you know, oh, I'll play Time Splitters. that's where I was at. But yeah, we'll get to it in a sec. Just making sure my ducks are in a row, or my goose are counted. I don't know. But yeah, we're in proper summer territory now. You're gonna see a lot more of me in my Lakers gear to beat the heat. So you have to deal with getting flash banned when my my arms come on screen. Not much I could do about that. Well, actually there is, but there's not much I want to do about it, so... Yeah, I think we'll just jump into this. Just want to check something quick. There we go. Okay. So we're going to get into gameplay here. Now, we are doing something a bit different today. Which, honestly, I probably should have done last time. So this time, I am not capturing through component. I think trying to get this game looking good with how OBS's deinterlacing looks was just a problem. Because yeah, unfortunately, the problem is that how bad interlaced footage looks on stream is outside of having my stream up full screen. It's actually really hard to tell. When I look back at the VOD, I realized, oh yeah, that's pretty rough. And then when I looked at even the deinterlaced footage, I noticed that it was making... Though I got it smooth, it made the image quality quite blurry. So I wasn't happy with that either. So we've gone back to the old upscaler. Ultimately, I just need to invest in a retro tink. I wouldn't want any of the really fancy current ones. The ones I think are close to 1,000, if not more. I feel like I could probably do fine with a 5X. I'm not looking to upscale to anything, you know, 4K plus. That's fine, especially for stuff like this. You know, I think there's only so much you can do for something that's running in 480i. But this handles deinterlacing for me, so this will probably be the best quality footage we can get out of this game for now. I am really considering it though. I have a little bit of money saved up, and it would help with specifically the PlayStation 1 grab bags, which I haven't done for a while because my original upscaler, something's broken with it, where it just does not get detected by my capture card anymore, or even my, I think even with my HDMI splitter it doesn't work properly. And there's definitely something broken with it because it gets really hot just using it. And the replacement one I brought, even though it's the exact same company and it's supposed to be the same model, they must have changed something with it because it doesn't pick up PAL signal properly anymore. It will always If I capture a PAL signal, I can actually emulate what it looks like. It looks like this. But like a good chunk of the bottom half of the screen is just missing for some reason. And even before, it was always cutting off a bit of the image. So, and like I said, with the de-interlacing is a problem. So long term, having a retro tink for that would also help. Anytime I do any real hardware stuff, the retro tink would be ideal. Same with the Nintendo 64 grab bag we did. I do have a second one of those planned, because we only got through about half of the games I had for that. And though I do have a way of capturing it, I don't think it's a very good upscaler. So it's not a great image quality. So we'll see. But the PlayStation 1 grab bag anniversary is coming up because I did the first one on my birthday, and that's next month. So I don't know. I might just commit, but we'll see. Anyway, I think we're just gonna get into things here. Alright, just checking everything. Alright. So yeah, so I think we're on chapter 4.
As usual, Jimmy, I've got good news and bad news. Analysis of the documents you retrieved from the Luftwaffe Detachment 9 supports your conclusion that the Germans have designed a new type of combat aircraft, a jet fighter. Additional intelligence confirms that this new plane has already gone into production at the Gotha facility outside the city of Duisburg, 100 miles inside the German border. The documents hint at plans for a bomber, similar in design, using something they call flying wing technology. Interestingly enough, it appears that early intelligence places a man by the name of Rudolf Ulbricht von Sturmgeist at the helm of this fighter's production. We've discovered he was touring the Lorient shipyard facility at the time of your visit, not too long ago. Unfortunately,
they've gone so... God, I'm pretty sure that it's not a real person in that photo there.
Operation Market Garden has begun in Holland and is fast turning into a disaster. The 101st Airborne has managed to secure its target bridges at Eastvik and Vegel, but the 82nd has been fought to a stalemate near Nijmegen Bridge. Our forces are bogged down outside Arnhem. Germany seems determined to keep us from pushing past the River Vaal. Intelligence reports that Hitler has authorized massive reinforcements, placing the defeat of the Allied forces in the Market Garden campaign above the security of Germany itself. A counterstrike from General Field Marshal Model's forces in the area is imminent. Mm-hmm. Your assignment is to make your way to the city of Arnhem and meet with
welcome back to stream. Not a giraffe.
There,
find your boy.
What the hell the Germans are up to.
Johnny Baggers, I'm back in the sack.
Have been diverted to support other Market Garden initiatives, so you'll have to make your way to Arnhem on foot. With Monty's plan in a tenuous state, I suggest you get there as quickly as you can. That's all, Lieutenant.
Damn, that was a long briefing. Nardra saying, never really been into Medal of Honor. Is this a really old one? Yes, so this is the first Medal of Honor that was released on PlayStation 2 in 2002. This is Frontline. Pretty much my experience is just with Rising Sun. But that's why I wanted to check out some of these other ones. From my understanding, there's like 2 main PlayStation 2 ones, and then the 2 after that were like back-gen versions. No, Rising Sun was not the like 7th generation. Like I said, there's 4 of them. So there's Frontline, Rising Sun. Rising Sun, I think, is 2004 or 2005. Maybe earlier than that. And then there's Vanguard and one more. And I think the Vanguard and the other one are unique PlayStation 2 games they made in the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era. Let's double check that. Because I always forget. Yeah, because it's the original Medal of Honor on PlayStation and then Underground. And then there was Allied Assault on PC only. Well, PC, Windows, Linux. And then, yeah, there was Frontline. And then there was some expansions for Allied. Oh no, yeah, Rising Sun was 2003. So it was, damn, it was only about 14 months afterwards. And then another PC one, Pacific Assault. And then there was European Assault for PlayStation 2. Okay, so that one is 6th generation only. And then there was Medal of Honor Vanguard, which was for PlayStation 2 and Wii, and that's like a specific version that was made because they were working on Airborne at the time. No, the series did not stop, I think, then. Okay, it depends. It depends. Okay, so the mainline series had 2 releases on PlayStation 3, 360. I thought there was one called Tier 1. But then there was also, people forget this, Respawn Entertainment made a Medal of Honor VR game, like in 2020. Oh, okay, no. Medal of Honor, there's one of them that's just called Medal of Honor, so confuse the title again. I guess that's the one with the Tier 1 guy in it. But yeah. Yeah, I did not hear great things about that. It was, again, that's pretty early in the VR thing, and I think we've got to the point now where there's a couple of notable VR games, but I think it's mostly just going to stick around as a social thing and a content creation thing. Like, VR chat is always going to be the biggest game. I don't see many studios doing what, say, Half-Life Alex did and succeeding. And it's just going to be little things outside of that. I think Go Turn the Game will do that. There we go. Alright. Jimmy, we've arranged to smuggle you from Arham to Emmerich, assisted by an OSS agent codenamed Jiggs. Unfortunately, the only route to Emmerich is across the river Wow by way of Nijin Gen Bridge, smack dab in the middle of Operation Market Garden. Captain Tarver of the 82nd Airborne will escort you to the base of the bridge. But as the Allies are not yet ready for a full-scale assault, you'll be on your own for the rest of the way. Your silenced pistol should help you sneak into the bridge, but you should know that the Germans have fortified it with machine gun nests and vehicle obstacles. And as the enemy would rather demolish Nijmegen, I don't know how to say this name. Yeah, VR's getting more affordable. It's just, I don't think the gaming aspect is going to ever fully take off. I think it's... Oh, sorry, there's a dog going off for some reason. I must have heard something. I think VR is ultimately too limited in what you can do with games. It feels like you can do kind of a shooting thing, and that's about it, really. And it's such a small install base that, you know, very few people can put the money into it. I used the VR headset very briefly. I tried out the original PlayStation VR headset, and like by today's standards, it's probably not great, like resolution and things like that. But it worked. It impressed me. I was actually worried it wouldn't because I have kind of weird vision. Like, I can see stereo, but my brain processes most of my vision as being on the left side. But it worked fine. And I am curious to check out something like a Resident Evil 7. But it's that or you know, we'll get to the gameplay and we'll talk about it more because there's sometimes downtime in this. The thing I was kind of thinking of doing was to get one of the quests that that works both standalone and plugged into a PC, because with my setup, I couldn't really do all the base station stuff. You know, the Valve one where they have you put the boxes in your room. I don't think that setup would work for me. And then, whereas with the Quest one, you don't need separate tracking. I heard if you use a standard, they aren't very good. It depends. Like, if you use stuff that's made for it, it's fine. But that's why I would get one of the ones that works both ways. Alright, so yeah, here we are. Back at it again. Glorious 60 frames per second, at least currently. Okay. And that... I find the performance of this game fascinating. And yes, I'm playing on original hardware. Here's my controller. Woo! Don't have a camera to point at the PlayStation 2. It's literally behind my second monitor, like right there. But yes. And this is the NTSC version, just so we can get the full frame rate. But yeah, I find this fascinating because they use an unlocked frame rate, so it can hit 60 like it is over here. And then I look up here and it's like, oh god, that's not even 30. Okay, let me try and get familiar with the buttons again. Yay! There we go. But yeah, I'm a loud and proud original hardware sicko. If I have the opportunity and it's not too costly, I like to try and show off as much original hardware stuff as I can. No, bear in mind, there are very, very rare circumstances where I would ever insist that real hardware is the best way to play a game. No, emulation is usually you know, 99 out of 100 times the best way to do things, and what I would recommend people to do. I can't tell if those are enemy soldiers or not. I think they are. That was not a headshot? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Nodra saying, you can use EverDrives and mods to play any game in original hardware these days. Yes, so, admittedly, you know, full disclosure, because when I do these playthroughs, I want to kind of showcase the games in their best possible light. I do use open PS2 loader to use the NTSC versions. It's just the easiest way. Obviously, you can still import discs and use soft mods to run NTSC discs. Oh, nice. We've got a new sniper rifle. And yeah, the MP40. But this is easier, and also just... we're getting to the point now, these consoles are over 20 years old. A lot of these disc-based ones. These lasers do not last forever. And in case of certain consoles, specifically the original Xbox is really bad for this. But, you know, these lasers are going, and the original Xbox has such a specific drive that you can't just put any old laser in there or drive in there to replace it if your laser dies. So, you know, if you really like to play stuff on original hardware, I will always recommend to people that sooner than later you need to swap to running digital backups of games on a CD-based system. But again, like I said, in the vast majority of cases, emulation will run a game either, like, essentially so close to how it would run on a real console that the differences are essentially not noticeable, you know? Oh, you're still not dead? There we go. You know, they give you this silenced pistol multiple times. It really doesn't seem viable because this game uses like some sort of kind of like randomized accuracy, which is not like the most uncommon thing. Fucking original Doom does that. The problem is here is that the first shot you take can be random. So look, I'm gonna aim like right in the middle here of this box. Oh, never mind. Here, we'll do it here. Look, I'm going to go center shot right here. Oh, we don't... And look, it wasn't center. Look, here. So if you're, like, this far away from an enemy and you want to get a headshot, this gun can miss at this range. And it has such a slow fire rate as well. It's really not worth it. Okay, you sold your PSP, 3DS, and Vita to get a Steam Deck. Yeah, that's the thing as well. Yeah, there's a lot of replacement systems as well. You know, you can get standalone systems that will do stuff, or you can go into the Mr. FPGA route as well, where they do hardware-based emulation instead of software. How did that not kill him? Oh, okay. So this is like a sniper rifle, but it doesn't... It's not as powerful as the other one I had. Oh, I think I need to move. Did I ever play System Shock 1? So not System Shock 1. I did mess with System Shock 2. And yeah, I'll be real. That kind of RPG stuff where your ability to shoot in a straight line. Wait, hang on. Oh, okay. I should have been paying attention more to the thing. But yeah, I've never tried original System Shock. I did try System Shock 2. And I did get into it like a bit, but it definitely... There's some parts of it that were a bit inscrutable. But that does remind me of trying Deus Ex. I tried the original Deus Ex on PC a long time ago. And yeah, I had that problem of just... Hey, how good you are at aiming a gun is not based on player input. It's based solely on these stat numbers. And you have to level them up a lot for them to be viable. At least on the PC version. I've actually also messed with the console version. And honestly, the PS2 version, obviously it has performance issues. And in some places, it visually looks worse. I actually prefer playing that version. Because it's a little more forgiving if you play it as a shooter. Why am I just hearing someone like cocking a gun over and over? Oh yeah, you can get tons of mods for original Deus Ex. Yeah, it depends on the game. I know there's, you know, sometimes you just need those mods to even get a game playable on the current systems and things like that. Oh. Okay, someone's shooting at me, but it's so foggy that I actually cannot see them. Where the oh, look! Where did that come from? Damn. Oh, Elden Ring. Okay, so I am a big fan of FromSoft games. But it took not for any gameplay reasons. I just got distracted. I had neglected a lot of like beating their games for a very long time. Specifically, I got to very close to the final kind of act of Dark Souls 1 back in the day. Me and a friend were doing a lot of co-op in that version. And then I got distracted by something. My friend finished the game with someone else. And then I kept putting it off because I was like, oh, when I play that next, I'm going to have to relearn so much of the mechanics of that game. And then fucking like 10 years had gone past or something. But I actually committed to finishing that game, and I beat it on stream a couple years ago. But because of that, it means that I had basically held off on playing the sequels because I felt like it would be weird to play the sequels when I hadn't finished the first one. So I've never played Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 3 we did, again, that was a stream playthrough I did, having played Dark Souls 1 through. I did play Bloodborne though. That I did play around release, and that was great. Oh dear. But yeah, I want to play a few more. Oh, and I have played Sekiro. That was a stream game as well. Oh jeez, this is a tough bridge section. Come on. Oh, I don't have a lot of money. Sorry, ammo. Not ammo. Why did I say money? I meant ammo. But yeah, I'll get to Elden Ring eventually. I don't know how my PC would handle it, is the problem. Because I mainly got this PC for streaming. It was a little future-proof, but there are definitely games that have come out in the last year or so that are just beyond what my system can run them decently. And I know that game is playable on PlayStation 4, but I feel like that's probably not the place to play it. And I would probably want to play it at 60 FPS. That's the thing. I would like to play at 60. And also, yeah, it might be from 2022, 2023. But legitimately, that's probably when I got this PC built. And I did not go for high end. It was like decent, but budget conscious was like the build idea. So I'd have to look. And that's the thing. I barely buy games when they're new anyway. And yeah, that's the thing as well. Like, From Software PC ports are usually not great. Thankfully with Sekiro, I didn't have any problems. Okay, I think I see where there was some more health if I need it. Oh, weird. They modeled this ladder in a very strange way. Like, you can't even see it. Oh. Why do I have so little ammo? It's all in the pistol, which is Like, look at that. That wasn't because he took a full clip of damage. That was just because that's the accuracy this pistol has. This is legit one of the worst pistols I've used in a first-person shooter. Okay, I came up here. Now where? Fuse, destroy. Okay. Why did we come up here? Or was it literally just, hey, if you want to come up here, here's how? Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, how does that make sense? Yeah, the way ladders work in this game is kind of scary. You do get locked to them, but it's weird. And I'm not someone who gets vertigo or height stuff issues when I'm playing games. But something about just slowly walking down a ladder, looking straight down, it gets me still. But yeah, I'll... Yes, I know. I know game prompt. And yeah, you have to like... Sometimes you have to jump to get off of a bridge. It's very strange. Shit. Well, yeah, also the fire rate on this pistol is pretty bad. Oh. And this does have that kind of early first-person shooter aiming jank. I went into a bit of it during the first part of this playthrough, but the main issue is that the range of aiming sensitivity you have is very digital. It doesn't feel very smooth. You don't have any movement acceleration. So it just feels a bit stiff overall. And there's no settings for it. Like it's a little strange. Yeah, it is an old game, though. Again, I said this in the first part. Halo 1 has legit better like it is going back, going back thinking about it. It's so strange that Halo 1, the dual stick aiming in that feels amazing. And they were so ahead of the curve that most other first-person shooters did not feel as good as Halo. And would have to use like really generous auto-aim, or would just have this kind of stiff movement like this does. Like it's kind of hard to explain, but if you see the way I turn, you might notice that your aiming speed kind of goes up in steps. It's like, it's a bit too one-to-one with what you're doing with the stick kind of thing. And if you want to do like really small adjustments, you have to barely wobble. Yeah, but at least with this game, it is dual stick by default, though there is an option to use the like Nintendo 64 GoldenEye controls. The button layout is not too bad. The only one that's maybe would be weird for people is that Okay, so PlayStation 1 and 2 games would normally use R1, L1 for aim shoot, that's fine. Reload is on R2, and crouch is on L2. The weird one here is that swapping weapons, you cycle left and right using square and circle. That's probably the weirdest binding. But also, I'm someone who doesn't necessarily think that every single fucking video game should have the exact same controls as each other.
Hey, vorsichtig damit! Da brauchen wir mindestens 2 pro Abschnitt.
It took him a while for them to notice me there. Come on. There we go. Oh, yeah, Alien Resurrection, right? That's like one of the early examples of the modern, you know, where turn and look is on the right stick. No, actually. I should check it out at some point, though. There we go. Oh! There we go. I do not have a lot of health, though. Ah. Also, yes.
We've got good reason to believe
Here's the big thing with this game: it does not have any checkpoint system, and it's kind of brutal because of that. Yeah, I think only the first game has any relevance to the movie. I think they're all original stories from then on. Yeah, that's the thing if you go back to old James Bond games. Depends on the game. Some of them do. Some of them definitely have checkpoint systems. Like, yeah, Nintendo 64 ones don't. But I think... I'm trying to remember if Agent Under Fire has checkpoints or not. Well, I'm going to try and leave that health pack. Oh, oh. Nope. Yep, sorry. Oh no, Knife Fire definitely has a checkpoint system. Absolutely does, yeah. And Everything or Nothing definitely does. It might not be every level, but there are definitely checkpoints in Nightfire. Though they also break the levels up into quite small sections in that game. So that's kind of another way they get around it, is just, you know, say for example this level was in a GoldenEye game, you would probably have hit a level load somewhere beyond the bridge kind of thing. Like you wouldn't... Because some of these guys just don't know what I'm doing. They get so confused. But yeah, I've noticed that this game has quite a sharp difficulty curve. It's already gotten quite tough. Like it started. It was weird. It wasn't the first level in Chapter 3. It was like halfway through Chapter 3. It started to get harder. Specifically, the last level I did, the previous stream. That one was just, oh, I can feel the difficulty spike with this one. Where you get like halfway through that level and then just they stop dropping most of the health kits. It was rough. That missed. There we go. I gotta be a bit more careful. Also, I do not like that the health bar doesn't stay on the screen. The funny thing is, actually, if you bring it up, James Bond, is I actually have been considering... There we go. I've been considering playing some on stream. Specifically, From Russia With Love, I've not played all the way through. But I was tempted to revisit some of the other ones as well. That I might do in my own time, but I'm definitely considering doing From Russia With Love. That might be what I do after this. Though I might break... I gotta think. It's not even intentional, but I actually have like a couple of personal picks I've been thinking about. And they're all actually Electronic Arts games. Because I've been thinking of doing one underneath for Speeds and From Russia With Love. Am I Electronic Arts fan? No, I wouldn't quite put it that way. I'm a fan of their output in the PlayStation 2 era. Also, yes, we have played Dead Space on the channel. I think I did. I'm trying to remember how much Dead Space we've done. But we have done some Dead Space stuff. EA is bad. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're better. I think more what it is at this point, other publishers have kind of gotten so much worse now that EA kind of can look quaint at times. But, you know, they've been doing stupid shit for a while. Yeah, you stay down. Oh, fuck. What I don't like is how these enemies that do these, like, pop out of cover, their accuracy is way too good for what they're doing. Like, there's no way they should be getting that many hits for essentially blind firing. You know? I mean, I won't lie. Part of the reason I specialize in older stuff... Oh, jeez. Okay. I think I left some healing back here, so... So part of it was a budget concern. Because games have just gotten, like, more and more expensive. And I've mentioned this a few times, but it's always relevant. When I got a bit more into collecting stuff, or like, you know, oh hey, I like to have this physical media, and figuring out, okay, what's the actual going prices for these, I was really exposed to how much games, you know, if you buy them at launch, you know, you're paying, you know, oh god, we're talking like, you know, for like a big line release, you know, you're talking $70 to $80 plus at this point. It's very rare for a game to come out at 60, and if it does, publishers will now insist that's a quote budget price. And how often those games are don't sell for that much if you just fucking wait a bit. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's Greg's example. Yeah, it's $70, £70 for Demon Souls and Returnal. And the problem is, there's always this claim that people go like, oh, you know, prices, you know, inflation. Inflation is a bullshit made up concept. It's not, you know, that's not actually how much money's worth. And you know, despite what's going on with inflation, people's fucking income outside of a select few has not gone up in like 20, 30 years. So that's bullshit. And secondly, maybe in the US this has been the case where games were $60 for a long time, but UK prices have been going up for 20 years. Like a lot. Fucking, I remember Modern Warfare 2 being sold for £55 when it was still $60 in the US. Spoilers, that was not the conversion rate at the time. There was actually a time where, because those price increases were happening, I was actually buying the US versions of some games on the PlayStation 4 store. Because just, they were pushing the UK prices up more and more. And it's still like that to this day. Some people might remember, there's that recent thing where Microsoft said, oh yeah, at the end of the year, we're going to move all of our first-party games up to $80. I think in conversion, that would be... that, you know, conversion rate, that should be somewhere between like a 60 to 65 pounds. I accidentally opened the Microsoft store on my PC recently. Doom, the Dark Ages is there. It's £70. So how much is that game going to fucking cost by the next year if it came out in 2026? £80? 90? And I noticed digital storefronts for consoles are some of the worst for this. Like on PlayStation Store in the and especially in the UK, those games have been going up for £60 for like for a long ass time. I don't know why we got all the price increases before everyone else. Well, before the US, I should say. I know... oh, fuck. Oh, God. This level...
Jimmy, we've got good reason to believe Nijmegen Bridge is rigged to blow. And seeing as you've got no choice but to cross her tonight, how about you go ahead and discard a few of those deaths for your new power target, huh?
Oh, dear. It's going to be one of those ones. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, not Giraffe here says, any kind of argument about game prices going up and more transactions gets trounced by the fact that the industry is making more money than ever. Yeah, that's the thing. And the whole argument about, well, games are more expensive to make now. Well, yeah, but that's a choice. How much a game costs to make is entirely choice-based. You don't have to make a game that costs fucking hundreds of millions of dollars to make. Like, people were specifically asking... some people added, Randy Pitchford, the CEO, or... not quite CEO now. I think he has, like, a slightly different position, but they were asking him about Borderlands 4. And specifically said, hey, you should try and buck the trend and not do the $80 price point that everyone's clamoring for now in like publishers and shit after Nintendo announced they were going to do it. And not only did he was like, oh, it's, you know, and the guy pointed out, hey, you know, it's your company, you should have some say in the matter. And Randy's Randy's response was like, nope, I have absolutely no say. And it's like, wow, then you have a bad fucking deal with your publisher then, don't you? Because you should have some say. And also he said shitty things about like, oh yeah, like true fans, you know, they'll find a way to afford this. And he's tried to backpedal that comment, but it's like, that's not backpedal. That's just, you didn't realize your fucking comment was going to come back to bite you. That's what that is. But he brought up that he's like, oh yeah, this is like our most expensive game we're making. It's the budget is twice as much as Borderlands 3. And Microsoft says like, why the fuck does it, why? What aspect of Borderlands needs that amount of money? Like Borderlands 3, no part of it made me go, oh yeah, the production values of this aren't high enough. Like, no. That was the least of its problems. Oh no, Nintendo's attitude is just PR stuff or we won't talk about it. Like, I specifically remember after the announcement came out of some of the prices, and they were doing press events, they were specifically, hey, we aren't answering questions about the price. We'll only talk about the, quote, fun stuff. Which I think is a, you know, clearly unintentional, but a hilarious omission that the current pricing of games is ruining the fun. Heck, in UK, we've had to deal with the fact, I know there's been price increases in other regions, but the PlayStation 5 has gone up price in the UK like 3 or 4 times since it came out. Like, what the fuck is going on? Oh yeah, the Sony moaning that their fucking install base isn't growing as fast as they want it to, even though they reported it's their fastest selling console ever. And then they keep putting the price up every fucking couple of years. And yeah, that's the thing. It's just these companies think they can get away with it. And unfortunately, they can get away with it to a certain extent. Especially Nintendo. Nintendo has some very vermin, like, brand loyalists. And it's not just Nintendo, to be fair. But Nintendo, they're probably like the most infamous and well known for that kind of vermin. Like, oh, you know, we'll pay whatever you say. You know, Nintendo could do Ron. Hey, look at these creators. They're all like, you know, legendary, and that means they could get around any fucking bad business practice thing. But, you know, it's not fucking Shigeru Miyamoto setting the prices, or the other guys. I'm really bad with names, so I could not tell you the specific names. And yeah, Sony does have some upcoming stuff, but their weird push to live service when it was like clearly not going to work. Like, yeah, people will focus on Concord, but here's the thing. It was reported and confirmed that at some point Sony had 10 different live service games in production. Some of them that have been cancelled we don't even know. Like, yes, some, like, for example, there was going to be a God of War live service, and that got mentioned. There are other live service games that have been cancelled that we just don't actually know the name of. And they still have others. They haven't cancelled all of them. There's still, like, 2 or 3 still in development. So who fucking knows what's going on? Like, they do have some stuff. You know, okay, like Death Stranding 2, that's going to be on PlayStation 5 for like a year or 2. They've got that new Wolverine game. I think there's a couple of others, like, you know, confirmed. And also now that we're getting to the point that there are some games that require RTX hardware, if, you know, that is the cheapest way to get that hardware currently over PC, because all the issue that's been happening with graphic cards and prices. And yeah, I am looking forward to Death Stranding 2. Yeah, I really like Death Stranding 1. It's a game with issues, but it's a game I have a lot of fun playing. A game that on paper sounds boring, but I don't know what it is about it. It's really engaging. I've not quite 100%, but my save file of Director's Cut is not far off from having like 5 stars on every single outpost. Because I actually did go back and was like, oh, you know what, I'm going to try and level up all the bases and get their unlocks. Oh, Kojima said he's added more combat stuff to make more pain. Yeah, that actually does worry me, because it's the worst aspect of that first game. Like, it wasn't... I don't think it's as bad as some people said, but it was definitely the worst aspect, and I definitely, playing it, would not have said, oh, we need more of this. But, you know, who knows? Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe if it's a lot, you know, the enemy types they build are just a lot better. It might turn out better, you know. But even the non-BT stuff, like when you're when you do those like past war sections, like they're not that fun. I think the first one, the World War I level is decent. But anything beyond that, I was kind of just like, yeah, no, this doesn't... This outstays its welcome. Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah, not just saying Mega Soto has more depth in the bosses. But yeah, it's just... Some of the combat in Death Stranding 1, like, you can tell it was put in more as an obligation than it was anything else. Oh, okay, well, here's a guy I missed. That'll probably help. Okay, now that I'm up here... God, this level of fog on this level... Considering that it's like half of the combat here is sniping, is really mean. Alright, where's the ladder down? I will say, at least the fact that you could just use the guns on the ladders, even though it doesn't make any sense. God, they do not know how to aim this high up. Yeah, just get on the gun now. Great idea, boss. I guess we aren't using it like a proper ladder. We are just literally walking. Oh. God, there's so many of you guys. Ugh. But yeah, it's just... Like, there have been some modern releases I like in the bigger space. You know, we streamed through it. But I have to sing the praises of... oh shit, another guy? Oh, Prince of Persia Lost Crown. A game that's fucking Ubisoft sabotaged. I'm sorry, I can't put it any other way than that Ubisoft put that at a price point that people were not going to pay for at launch. And then we're like, oh, this game didn't sell as well as we want. It's like, well, yeah, no fucking wonder, because this is not, like, the kind of game this is not the kind that people would pay fucking $60 plus for. Like, I think the retail price for it in the UK was £50. Like, and don't get me wrong, it's a great game, and it definitely has a lot of content. But there are, like, Xbox Live games that have a similar kind of graphical fidelity and amount of content that were coming out on, yeah, Xbox Live Arcade on the 360. They would have been, like, £20 kind of thing. Maybe not even that. Oh yeah, Schedule 1. Yeah, I've seen a friend of mine play a bit of it. I need to check out a bit more. Okay, where's that coming from? I don't know why, this game clearly has stereo audio, but sometimes I have a lot of trouble telling where shots are coming from by using the audio cues. And yeah, the thing I'm noticing is that enemies don't drop canteens that much anymore. The first couple of levels, like, almost every enemy would drop a canteen. Or, you know, a decent amount at least. Also, yeah. This is a good thing to show. I noticed this the first time. But this game has a weird thing where they're clearly trying to do... They do the low-level detail models, but they're clearly loaded at the same time as the full detail model. So if you play with a sniper rifle and you zoom in, you can just see both models clipping into each other. How did these guys not hear that? There we go. Not PUBG. I've definitely played some game and then realised in a bit of like, oh, I think my stereo's been swapped. I forget what it was actually. There was some fucking recording device I used even where I realised. Oh yeah, I think I had some like aux to audio left right things, and then I plugged them in and realised they're flipped for some reason. I think that happened maybe during my scuff here, my like really early days of streaming when I was on a very old MacBook. Those were interesting times. I keep those VODs up on my you know, my archive channel, but they are not videos I really like to recommend people to go watch. No, I do have one or two videos from that era that still gets views every so often. Like my first video I did with the PlayStation Move Sharpshooter, where I played House of Dead 3 and 4, the PS3 versions. That video gets a couple of views every month or so. And it's just always been like a steady trend. Has it slowed down, sped up? It's just a very gradual decline. It's fun. And yeah, it's such a weird esoteric piece of hardware. Like, I had never heard of it during the PlayStation 3 era, and the PlayStation 3 was my primary console that generation. Like, I heard of the Move, I never realized they put out this, like, giant fucking controller for the Move. And had, you know, House of the Dead ports on the system. God, they don't give you grenades as well. Oh, yeah, Zone of the Enders. It's cool to know that some people are still interested. I know Konami did try to do that VR thing with Only Enders. I don't know how playable it actually was, considering the way that game plays, but... Jesus Christ, that guy almost fucking killed me. God, like I think the enemy accuracy has also just gone up as well. At this point. Like, yeah, you should not be hitting me that often.
Jimmy, we've got good reason to believe Nijmegen Bridge is rigged to blow.
Oh, now I know what I mean, where someone in one of the Discords I'm in was like, oh, good luck.
Those detonators for your new power timer,
The problem is, I don't think rushing through this level, you know, if I didn't go up the ladder, didn't take care of all the snipers, is viable. Oh, fuck this fucking pistol. It's so bad. It is pure luck if you get a headshot with it or not. It is not... It's not skill-based. You would have given up? I think if I was playing this maybe back in the day, I might have took a break here. But also, you know, stream a curse when you're playing something. But the idea of a lot of these PlayStation 2 playthroughs I'm doing is a while back I did a series of streams where I did a tier list of a lot of PlayStation 2 games. And it kind of made me realize, you know, there's kind of some like big blind spots in my experience of PlayStation 2 games. You know, I realized, oh, you know, I've only played one of these Medal of Honor games. I've messed with, but I haven't beaten any of the Call of Duties. I'd only ever played like maybe 30, 60 minutes of them. I'd only played one of the Need for Speeds. Stuff like that. Some, you know, big RPGs, you know, Dragon Quest. I think it's 7 or 8. The PS2 one, the one that's like quite well renowned. So, it's kind of my like long-term commitment content on this channel is to go through these PlayStation 2 games. Kind of like the people who do the console challenges. I'm a friend with a few of the people who do those where they're trying to beat every game on the system. I'm just being a bit more selective than that. But, you know, I do want to finish these games. And in some cases even check out some extra content to get, you know, a good picture to give a critical opinion of. Are you dead? Nope. There we go. So, ultimately, you know, this is not a game I feel like I would give up on. I would ultimately try and beat it. Alright, let me get through this encounter. So, I mentioned in the first part that... Oh, finally, wow. There you go, an enemy actually did drop a healing item for once. But I mentioned in the first part that I can feel that this is still that era where most first-person shooters, their direct influence was GoldenEye, and that's the kind of shooter that they wanted to be. And this game definitely feels like that. And it suffers from some of the same problems as GoldenEye does. I still think GoldenEye is a decent game. I think the back half of the game falls off a fucking cliff, where the level design just becomes atrocious, and just, oh, here's a corridor with fucking 5 turrets in it. Good luck, chucklefuck. But one of the things I always remember is that game has, you know, like level view fog, like this level. But it doesn't affect the enemy's aim, and some enemies using like the AK, for example, and things like that. Are able to shoot at you and hit you with decent accuracy, as in like intentional accuracy, through a level of render distance that the player just cannot see. It is legitimately just they have an ability you do not have to see beyond the fog. And I think this game has that same issue, because some of these shots are too accurate for you know, this level of visibility. Yeah, not just this. I've played some Symphony of the Night recently. Yes. Oh no, I love Castlevania. Especially Symphony of the Night. Actually, at some point, I want to get back. Like one of the stream projects I was doing was playing through a lot of the series. Though, haven't played any of the the linear ones on the stream. Mainly just the Igarashi ones. And yes, I did the Saturn port as well. I've actually, the stream I did was the first time I played that Saturn version. It was interesting. Definitely, I think is the worst version overall. Like, though it does have some nice additions, you know, even with ROM hacks to help with the loading and the performance, it still runs worse. And some of the additions don't quite gel well. So for me, PlayStation 1 version, or probably the version I like to play most, is the Xbox 360 downloadable release. And the reason why is that version has really, you know, those loading corridors, like CD loading corridors, are cut down so much. And the FMV cutscenes being cut, I don't think is that big of a deal. And also, some of the special move inputs are just easier to do with an analog stick, and that version lets you do that. And granted, you know, some of that stuff you could get the PlayStation 1 version to do on an emulator as now as well. So it's, you know. But if I'm playing real hardware. And yeah, the PSP version has some issues from my understanding. Now it's interesting because it does have some influence from the Saturn version, even though that was not made by the same dev team as the original Symphony of the Night. They did incorporate some... Oh, fuck! Oh, thank God you could catch a ladder in midair, because that almost went real bad. And shows you why I don't like the way ladders work in this game at times. Alright. Okay, let's just stay on the ladder and snipe these enemies for a bit. Oh yeah, the PS4 Switch one is based on the PSP version. In fact, it seems to be technically emulated from what people who have looked through the code have figured out. Like, it's running in some sort of wrapper. Like, maybe not direct emulation of the PSP, but it's definitely running in some sort of shell of the PSP version. So, yeah. Not great versions, unfortunately. Huh. Okay, I'm a little worried because that... Oh. What the fuck? What? Why did half the lights go out? Like, I'm not going crazy, right? There was more light earlier. Oh, okay. Good thing I left that there. I'm also just gonna play it really safe, and I think there's another health kit I left back here. A smaller one. Yep, here we go. You know, at times I do like to go back to first-person shooters that didn't just use the Halo recharging health field thing. But this is also the downside, is when the only way to, like, progress and heal is to backtrack through a level. To go find health kits. The perfect solution is that you could carry the health kits with you. Just not a lot of first-person shooters were doing that at the time. And yeah, this is a good demonstration of another perk playing on an emulator would have, outside of you could run this game at 60 frames per second without affecting the game logic. Is save states. Okay, yeah. Nodjo says Halo health regen was good for balancing purposes if the devs know exactly how much HP the player would have. It makes sense. Yes or no? I think to a degree, but also I found that mostly what happened is it just kind of became an excuse for games and developers to just not have to balance around it. Because, oh, well, we don't have to worry about how much health the player has, because the player can just get their health back at any point. You're just balancing around how much damage can a player take in an encounter. Like, are you setting up enemies and encounters in a way where a player couldn't possibly get through it? Oh, okay. I think it's the enemies under the bridge that are talking there, and for some reason they can't hear you here. Oh. Oh, the AI in this game is funny, because sometimes it kicks your ass, and sometimes it it does not. Okay. So I think I'm in a good position here. I have one of those are like the biggest health kit heals there. I also have one in that cabin over there as well. So if I need to at any point heal. God, I swear the accuracy for some of these guns is like getting worse or something. And I think that actually is just getting better. Okay, yeah, and there we go. So now I'm gonna head back to the that little cabin, and get that hill. Yeah, we'll do this. We're gonna use the old GoldenEye strats. I actually don't know if that, because that keeps the frame rate up, but I don't know if that keeps the game speed up. There we go. I'm actually kind of curious to look up speedruns. I imagine if there are any speedruns of this game, they're probably playing on, oh, where did that health kit come from? They're probably playing on, one of the other systems where the gameplay runs at a better frame rate. I'm guessing on GameCube and Xbox, this game might be more consistent. Okay. Now, this is the encounter that I keep fucking dying at. It's just, it sets you up in such a bad spot. Like, why can you even be shot through there? Yeah, I got to retreat already. Holy shit. Like, I'm pretty sure they're just using the MP40. But for some reason, those enemies in particular have way better accuracy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna pick up that other one, even though that would get me to fall. Because then I'm wasting some of it. That encounter, if I had grenades, that's what I would use, but I don't have any. God, and then I do that and it looks fucking piss easy. I think that's maybe just what it is that depending on the enemy, charging them's actually the better strat, and then other enemies is like, no, you need to keep far, far away. Okay, and we still have 2 objectives. Like, yeah, this level is way too long. I would have finished it here. How did that miss? Oh, he's trying to fucking serpentine on me. Yeah, I swear that the enemy drop rate has just gone down. The fact none of those enemies had health canteens on them feels particularly mean. And it's funny because it feels like the actual individual shots only do a tiny bit of damage in this. Oh. Where did you come from? Like, see, how did that fucking hit me? How can anyone over there see where I am? Oh, that's the anti-air gun. It doesn't help just how weird the aiming is in this game as well. Like, this is a game with the way its aiming feels, should have auto-aim, and it doesn't. You actually have to be very good at aiming in this. Shit. Okay, well that's the end of the level. Alright. Oh, that's so mean. Imagine you got that far and those two fucking guys right at the end. They're the ones who got you. I would be so pissed off if that happened. Oh, jeez. How long did that fucking take? I think I was on that level for over an hour. Oh, dear. Alright. Like, the design of the level, in theory, wasn't bad. It's just... having the enemies be able to hit you so accurately, despite the fog, is really mean there. Alright, yard by yard. We just heard that Brigade Führer Hamel ordered Nijmegen Bridge to be blown. Thanks to your efforts, Jimmy, the span remains intact. The Allied forces crossed into Nijmegen last night. Now, you must deliver those medical supplies you liberated to British troops holding out in Arnhem. The Brits are able to spare a man to drive the truck, but you must scout ahead and destroy any roadblocks. Although combat in the residential district is light, Arnhem is crawling with Germans and Dutch civilians. The enemy is supposed to be calmly evacuating civilians, but we have reports of looting and assaults. Be on the lookout for any civilians in need of your help. Finally, the Germans have a command post nearby for relaying orders to troops deeper in Arnhem. Locate and destroy it. In addition, find your way into Arnhem and contact Sergeant Kelso of the 1st British Airborne Division. He and his squad will guide you throughout what's left of the city and hand you off to Jigs along the way. Alright. Reading a lot of the description, where a lot of these levels... oh, yeah, I think your health fucking carries through some of these levels. I kind of get why they made Medal of Honor Airborne. Because most of these levels, a lot of the levels in this, in the story, you're like airdropping into encounters. It's just you don't physically do it. Oh. There. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh. Can I play flight stick? You own a flight stick. That's actually one of the few controller types I don't own. I don't know how I would be with like a very sim-heavy one, but I wouldn't be against looking into something like what an Ace Combat. If that had a PlayStation 2 controller, I would look into it. I have racing wheels because I plan on doing some PlayStation 2 streams using them at some point. Oh, someone beat... Yeah, of course someone beat Elden Ring with a flight stick. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, so some people could do amazing things. Okay, let me check my objectives. Clear enemy checkpoints from main road. Destroy radio. Okay. There we go. This is actually a not very good emplacement position. Oh, and he was playing a 5-gen mod. Okay. But I know, for example, like people have beat Dark Souls games using the Ring Fit controller for the Switch. And, you know, using, like, DDR pads and things like that. But, yeah, I'd have to look into it. I know there are a couple of them. It's just when I think of the PlayStation 2, I don't... It's not a system that I think of that having much kind of flying games on it. I know there are a couple, but you know, they all seem more arcadey than anything else. Okay, good, good. Wait, really? Silence pistol? I don't think that was the gun he was using, but whatever. I will say for this game, I do like that there's a lot of variety. In locations. Oh, I'm lucky I saw that. You know, they're not doing the thing that the Call of Duty games like to do, where they would have you play as different armies in an encounter. You're just the one guy, but they do hop him around a lot of different locations and combat scenario types. I do love the detail with the footprints, though, and that's something people would take for granted now, but I feel like that was not that common at the time. Yeah, legitimately your worst enemy in this game is the way the aiming works. Like, it's so hard to follow an enemy that's running around in this. Alright, some sniper bullets. What's this? Oh, we can't close the door, though. Whee! Oh! Hang on. What? Why did that helmet stay there? Let me see. Do you notice on the left side of the screen? They haven't loaded in the next chunk of level yet, and they I guess they thought you wouldn't be able to see from here. Oh, that is very obvious. Okay. I'm just gonna pick that up now. The melee is so weak looking. Oh shit, when did you get back up? Like, I don't think I've seen a single gun that has a melee that actually looks like it would hurt someone. Oh, I do like all these little level details they're trying for here. Oh, the bread is delicious. Damn, I could have been eating bread this whole time? I didn't even know. Okay, okay. What is going on here? You don't impress me. Oh man, these Nazis ain't shit. You can just yawn in front of them and that defeats them. Okay, where am I getting shot from? Oh. There we go. Hello, sir. I wish the, like, random civilians you can run into on certain levels actually did have dialogue.
Dat is goed, maak je niet druk. Ja, dit is meer dan genoeg.
Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Oh god, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna go that way. Wow, he did. He managed to stay standing up after that. No, okay. So, I'm guessing we're gonna go. Where are they even shooting from? Oh, someone just threw 10... Like, here, have some grenades. Oh, I'm gonna smack you in the butt. Close enough. It's funny they even have the in-place turrets, considering you could just shoot the explosive barrel and take out all the enemies. Where the fuck did you come from? Oh! Huh. I guess there's more checkpoints to blow up still. Okay, not that way. Oh, shotgun. I'll admit the shotgun doesn't seem very good in this game. Seems like it has very limited use. Okay, okay. Well, I'll definitely save that health kit. Huh. Oh, here we go. Christina! That animation I really like. Let's just start lifting their bum in the air. Jeez, they're really giving me a lot of shotgun here. Like, see what I mean? That should have fucking killed. Yeah, that animation. Okay. I'm gonna leave that health kit for a minute, just in case there's any more enemies in this. Haha! Okay, now I'll go pick it up. And mainly that, I think those only heal a quarter, so I should be fine. Yeah. God, stop giving me science pistol ammo. Fucking slap in the face. Is that? This is annoying. I was hoping to make like a lot more progress today. Because I'm going to stop around 1 PM my time. God, this shotgun's terrible. Okay. Like, in some regards, it's good, but I noticed, I think it's because the spread is so, random that, you know, being up quite close to an enemy isn't much of a guarantee you're going to kill with it. Okay, so now destroy radio. Is the objective, okay. Yeah, let's pop back to this for now that we're outside. God, these guns are so inaccurate at times. Okay, anyone else? I think that's it for now. Oh no, I pressed the wrong fucking button. There we go. Now I just gotta be really lucky and find some healing items. No, you don't have anything. Oh, wait. Okay. It's better than nothing. Oh, fuck you. Okay, I actually do think that killed. Surprisingly. Oh, there we go. Oh. How did that not kill him? I mean, I'm glad. God, the horrors of war, eh? What door did that open exactly? That was... There was a press action open door button on the screen there, and then I pressed it, and now I don't actually know what fucking opened. Oh, it was probably this door. Okay, let's see if we can take this last guy out. Okay, that's pretty good. Got a canteen at least. It is sometimes very confusing why enemies don't die. Oh wow, that time that was a one-hit kill. Again, it's a minor thing. We brought this up in the first part, but the death animations do make it hard to tell sometimes. Oh god, look at this area. The frame rate, now that we can like see all the little buildings now. Okay. Are you kidding me? I have to fucking backtrack now? Where the fuck is a radio? The last house on the right. Okay. You know, I forgot about that hint button. Oh, jeez. Okay. So, is that... this house, I guess. Why? No! The health kit! Why wouldn't you pick up the health kit?
Bei der Beförderung wirst du niemals berücksichtigt. Das haben sie noch nicht entschieden. Da bin ich mir noch nicht so sicher. Halt die Klappe. Erst Feuer!
Oh. Scheiße. Okay, well this seems like a shorter level. Okay, down here. Oh, they're doing that cheeky shit where they're able to hit me from unreasonable places now. Okay, okay. It's weird. I feel like I'm having even more issues with the aiming than I did in the first episode. Yeah, that's fine. I think I took way too much damage in this first part here.
Bei der Beförderung wirst du niemals berücksichtigt. Das haben sie noch nicht entschieden. Da bin ich mir noch nicht so sicher. Halt die Klappe.
See, that's a way better start. Okay. Maybe it's something. Maybe it's the enemy placement that's also changed quite a bit. There we go. Like, it is weird how much this does make me think of some of the way playing like a GoldenEye feels, just without that aiming. Like, yeah, this game needs auto-aim. I'm sorry, it just does. I don't know when I'll get to it, but this does make me really curious what it's going to be like going back to Rising Sun. If my nostalgia goggles will hold up or not. Yeah, like, why am I having so much trouble aiming? Like, yeah, I know I'm capturing the game different, but it shouldn't be adding, like, that much more input delay or anything. Okay. Why are you standing on the toilet, you fucking freak? Yeah! Let's go! That's what you fucking deserve. Oh, okay. That's improved morale a little bit. Okay, now we're getting to the point where enemies are fucking trying to fight me through doors and shit. Oh, that went awkward. Alright, yeah, off you go. Okay, okay. Oh, you're not dead. One sec. There we go. Okay, now we've got to go through here.
Hello?
Hello.
Broeder, houd op met
Well, I want your bread, but I've already eaten that. Okay.
Bei der Beförderung wirst du niemals berücksichtigt.
I just could
Das haben sie noch nicht entschieden.
fucking keep going.
Bin ich mir noch nicht so sicher. Halt die Klappe. Aufgepasst.
I'm gonna be a fucking master at this level at some point, I guess. Huh? Wasn't there more? I thought there was more of them in here. Come on, come on. Yeah, it's just... I just feel confused. I don't know. It really feels like the guns sometimes are just worse. And I don't know why. The frame rate is probably a big part of it. The frame rate is like way less consistent. Than it was in some of the other levels. Okay. Oh, fuck you! Shooting me through a fucking wall. What's weird is I don't remember that happening as much in the earlier levels. There's just something about the way this level's designed or rendered. Oh, great. Who the fuck knows where that... Oh, it's you. Sorry, I'm trying not to get too salty, but you know, I'm getting more and more why someone warned me a bit about this game.
Dat is goed, maak je niet druk. Hallo?
That's great. Rather have given me health though. Okay, yeah, let's not stay at the window. How did you even get a shot in on me? Okay, okay. So we're back here. Okay, we'll just take that for now. Oh right, yeah. This is. Oh, this happened last time. Yeah. That's a weird. It's a little weird placement there. Okay. I think we're doing good. Oh, see the frame rate there? Yeah. These like denser, compact levels, though I think they fit the gameplay more. They do really adversely affect the frame rate. Okay, there was a... Yeah, I'll pick that up here, because I think I'm not going to be able to backtrack easily after this bit. Yeah, I wouldn't have said the performance really was an issue that much. But something about the way the difficulties changed has really made the game more difficult. I don't know, just like you have to aim and catch an enemy a lot quicker now. Okay, that's another health pack I'll go back for. I do think I made that last objective a little harder on myself. Because I think once you hit like a certain point in that alley, the enemies are just tons of them come from behind. Oh, your weird neck. You know, when I heard about people sticking their necks out for others, that's not what I had in mind. Oh jeez, I'm lucky I didn't lose more health there. Huh? Is that a cardboard cutout or some shit? That was weird. Alright. Okay. Well, we're definitely doing a lot better. Yeah, definitely leave that health kit for now. Oh, okay, this is like entirely scripted, this moment. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think because the frame rate is really inconsistent. And it's eating, like, inputs. Because that's the real problem with a game with a inconsistent frame rate, is that it changes the game feel. Because, you know, the game can only accept input during the frames where it's actually physically running. So if a game drops down to 20 frames per second, then it's only picking up your input every 1/20th of a second as opposed to every 1/60th of a second. Oh, look. Look. This came up a little bit in the first part. Some of the health kits are placed in a weird way. Their hitboxes are kind of tight. God, and I was so close to actually beating this level. And I got killed by fucking collision bugs. There we go. Ah, oh, finally. Screw it, just, yeah. I'll just fucking run to the end. I don't need to. Still a bronze, though. Which I still haven't figured out exactly how these ratings work. I don't know if it's necessarily accuracy, because I've gotten gold stars on levels that I got lower accuracy in. And I thought it was time, but that was a pretty breezy playthrough of that level. Okay. We're gonna go for roughly about 1 more hour here. Hang on a sec, why am I getting pinned? Okay, you know, I will take care of this. Sorry about that, folks. Just something I had to take care of. There we go. Alright. Bloody fine work with those supplies, Lieutenant. Oh, I guess the guy I'm talking to is British. The fighting here has been brutal, and as much as I hate to say it, the Germans are wearing us down. Our forces have been splintered, and are fighting isolated battles throughout Arnhem. Your contact, Jigs, is on the top floor of a customs house on the other side of the city, so we're going to have to fight our way through at least 4 known combat zones. The first has some of our troops pinned down in a basement. There should be a way into the building across the street to provide you high ground from which to snipe. The second pocket is in inspection, where the Germans have 1 of 2 Panzer tanks hunting us. We must destroy both tanks in order to reach the customs house. The third pocket is between 2 buildings where Nazi officers on the upper floors have the decided advantage. Again, there should be a way to climb to their level and even the odds. Finally, we have to neutralize a Panzerschreck squad. I suggest finding the highest ground when dealing with them. Once through the pockets, it's just a short walk to the house where Jigs awaits. We'll need to remain in constant communication and be ever alert for snipers and that second Panzer tank. Watch your back, Lieutenant. This one's bound to be chaos. Alright. Yeah, don't... Hang on. Okay, well, apparently they took away my MP40 for some reason. Oh, that's why.
Well, Lieutenant Patterson, glad to have you along. I'm Master Sergeant Kelso. We need to evacuate this area immediately. Along the way, I need to liberate as many of my men as possible.
Alright. I recognize that voice, by the way. Oh, Jesus Christ, the frame rate there. Okay, yeah, the frame rate, I do think, is the main culprit of why I've been having issues today. At least this gun is incredibly accurate. Also, mate, what are you doing? Yeah. See, so I think, because this is reminding me, I think when I did the tier list, I don't think I specifically put Medal of Honor Rising Sun on there, because I'm not sure if, I know I played a lot of that game as a kid. You know, sometime around 2003, 2004. But I'm not sure if I did a full playthrough or if the friend who I used to play it with, because I don't think I ever had my own copy. There we go. But yeah, I don't know if I ever technically did do the full game on my own, or if it was just select levels. I gotta say, our friendly AI here is, not very good. Okay, still got that. Still got this. Okay, good. Okay. Well, I'm leaving you behind, son. I have no time for people in my squad who just run in place.
Cover us.
Oh, they're teasing me. Oh, the frame rates on this level. Like, you wouldn't think it, but these, like, really tight enclosed areas. I guess because they're really dense. Shit, why did I take so much damage there? Shit, who's... There we go. So that took... Was that fucking friendly fire? I think I just got fucking friendly fired. Oh. Oh, yeah, it's an ad. Sorry about that. That's a shame as well, because I have it set up that they're not supposed to come up when you first join.
Glad to have you along. I'm Master Sergeant Kelso.
Go!
Patterson,
Go!
take the...
Look out! Got you covered!
But yeah, welcome back. It is it's been a bit of a struggle today. I won't lie. This game's difficulty curve. We've reached it. Whew, alright. Oh, there's a good thing there's no friendly fire? I'm not so sure about that. I need to get back up to the point where I was at, but I feel like an ally is the one who fucking killed me. Like, I don't think they normally have friendly fire, but it was someone on a turret, and they did not look like an enemy. It looked like that guy. We'll see, we'll see. I want to be doubly sure before I claim that's what happened. Swap weapons. It's so weird to me that this level still has this silent sniper rifle. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is the intended way, but it works. So what? Push off, mate. I'm trying to kill a tank here. There we go. That guy's just like, yeah, look at me, old chap. I don't know, I'm trying to fight. Yeah, see, I'm not sure what happened, but some enemy or friendly was on this turret. And I thought it was my bald friend there. And now, I'm not so sure. Because I don't think any of the Nazi enemies you fight lack helmets. Like, even if you... I don't think you can knock them off without killing them. Okay, well, where is forward progress? Okay, well that doesn't help me. My guy just fucked off. Okay, let's look around here a bit more.
Cover us.
What are you looking at? Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, let's reload. Where are you going? Where did you... I don't even know where you came from, mister. Yeah, I don't know what it is. The something with the frame rate does make aiming harder. Like, I'm doing the slightest adjustments, and it feels like it's doing that. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. Are we good? Okay. You do have to worry about full damage in this, so I am going to do a long way down. Nope. I'm pretty sure that was a friendly. Well, he's fine. The fuck? Oh, those are grenades. Okay. Yeah, the frame rate on this level was abysmal. Like, the way this is going, I wasn't expecting it to. Regardless of, like, what my specific game rating is. I think this is going to end up having a don't play this on PS2 rating. Which is interesting because I don't remember Rising Sun having, like, really bad performance issues. I'll certainly say some of the James Bond first-person shooters from the era play totally fine. Holy shit, that turret fucking almost killed me. What? Why did that take so much? Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to test it, but I still have a theory that the friendly turrets can kill you. Okay, which way forward? Oh, they're going for the real sad war music now. Nope. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, holy shit, this frame rate. Also, how am I getting hit there? Oh, I'm very lucky. Oh dear. Okay. Great.
Well, Lieutenant Patterson, glad to have you along.
Go!
Patterson, take the high road and get us in cover.
Yeah, this frame rate is incredibly questionable. I kind of can't believe how bad the frame rate gets here. For a game that in some places can run at 60 FPS. Okay, that was weird. Like, it's stunning how bad this frame rate gets at times. I just have to be honest. Because it doesn't feel like it's something that the hardware should struggle with. And again, this, I mentioned it in the first stream, just kind of talking about the performance and the way this game's built and things. Like, this came out like a couple of months, actually several months before. How? But yeah, a couple of months before the other versions. So, this must have been the target platform. Alright, I gotta... Yeah. And yeah, it's just a brutal game to have absolutely no checkpoint system. There we go. Anyway, in a way, it is kind of fascinating just to see, okay, what kind of game and where does performance stuff affect it and stuff like this? Because you think the wide open spaces would be the ones more prone to issues, but no, it really isn't the case. Well, this is the safest way. So I'm going to do it that way. We'll go back for this this med kit here. There we go. Like, imagine some of the aiming issues is also me kind of like panicking when it's in like a bad situation. But you know, it's really hard to do these really precise analog movements. Okay, no, that's backwards. This area is a bit confusing because the way forward looks a lot like the way you came in. Yeah, it's this way. There we go.
Cover us.
Alright, yeah. Reload. I don't know what hit me there. I don't see anyone with a line of sight on me. Okay, yeah, head down again. In here. Like, as much as I made fun of some of the music in the early levels, because some of it sounded very Star Wars and not very era appropriate, there is some really good music in this game. It just doesn't quite feel like it syncs with the action a lot. How? I sometimes do not know how enemies survive getting shot. Let me check up here. Okay, I don't even know where those enemies came from because I went all the way up here and cleared it out. Yeah, this is... I think what it is that bad frame rates can hurt some genres of games worse than others. Shit. There we go. And a first-person shooter is probably the genre one of the genres most hurt by a frame rate. God, it's like they know when I'm fucking trying to aim in. Oh. Okay, somehow the squad's neutralized. Okay. I'm starting to have some very specific theories about how respawns work in this game, because I swear enemies sometimes spawn, maybe not respawn, but spawns just... Like, I have some suspicion that sometimes encounters will spawn enemies in. Okay, attack from a high vantage point. Can you move? No, 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 no.
Well, Lieutenant Patterson, glad to have you along. Go! Patterson, take the high road.
I don't even know. Okay. Yeah, did I fuck up by going forward there? Sure. Where the fuck is this supposed high ground you get to from that part of the level? And now my AI is being a fucking piece of shit, pushing me around. Honestly, whatever happens, I feel like after I finish this mission, I don't think I'm going to play further. Even if I finish early. Because these 3 missions... The fact it's taken me this long just to get through 3 levels... In what I think I did like multiple levels in last time. That like... Should give you an idea like how much more frustrating this game seems to have gotten now. Just like unforgiving, really unfair encounters. they've definitely messed with the way the enemies work. Because things... They're just doing things that they weren't doing before. In terms of like accuracy and damage and things like that. I don't know how I was having more trouble hitting that guy than my allies were. Okay. Also, I think the grenade throwing has... Okay, no, it's not pressure sensitive, it's how long you hold it. So, I think I was cooking grenades completely wrong in the first part of the stream. You have to actually press a button to pull the pin early. Okay, well, this is definitely... my best run so far. There we go, up here. Why am I taking so much damage? Like, sometimes this gun seems to kill really quick. And then sometimes it's like that. Okay, well, I might have to backtrack a bit to get some healing items, but... yeah, I'm just gonna play it safe. There was a hill there. Hill there, hill there. There we go. Yeah, balance-wise, this game would have made more sense to have medipacks you carry. Again, sometimes they are quite generous and they will put loads of health kits everywhere. You just, you know, you have to get to them. Yeah, sometimes I feel like some of the enemy placements change. Oh, okay, so you can knock their helmets off without killing them. Okay, good to know. God, I'm trying so hard to aim and hit enemies here. It does not help that the allies seem to be quite used. It's weird, in the early levels they actually were quite good. Okay, yeah, no, these guys are just spawning in. Like, out of nowhere. Careful. What am I stuck on? Don't understand. The fuck? Oh, good, I'm gonna fucking die again, aren't I? Yep. Oh my god, this game got, like, so much worse, like, so quickly. Like, the drop in quality from how the first couple levels feel to this one has been, it's like night and day. Like, the closest to it in the previous part was that final section of that last, you know, that last set of levels. Why are you even putting... Oh, here's just like 5 enemy inventory that have these explosive missile launchers. Like, that's so mean. You wanted like a, you know, a reason to pick up. Okay. There we go. Get that health. Here's the bar ammo.
Cover us.
So the funny thing is I'm getting the impression this level's actually not that long. Just the combat encounters they set up here are brutal. And also, I don't know, this gun seems good, but it's almost too accurate. Like, it's an automatic, but it's like the worst way to use it. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful. If you swap weapons too quickly after reloading, you don't reload. Okay. Well, this bit we know is easy. That was a little weird, but... Nope. Didn't mean to throw that extra one, but that's fine. There's plenty of grenades over here. Restock. There we go. Oh yeah, it is definitely the frame rate that is making my aim more squirrely. I don't know exactly why, but it's like the worse the frame. Okay, well, I'm backtracking for health. I don't care that it's quite a ways away. It's better to pick this stuff up now than having to, like, really backtrack. Oh shit, there was like a big hill there. I couldn't even see that. It like blended into the rubble. Yeah, the friendly squad members have got somehow more useless. Also, why was that guy's accuracy so fucking good? I guess if it's like completely random, then it's less their accuracy getting good. Also, great, took full damage there, trying to... trying to go and get health. Should have just took the long way. Okay, well that's bar ammo. We'll take that. These are just, like, brutal combat encounters, though. Like, yeah, this one especially. How did that take that many shots? Oh yeah, take the high ground. That totally makes you fucking take care of these enemies. Oh. Well, spoilers, we're not finishing this level tonight. Heck, I might fucking finish this level in my own time. I guess I'll play a little bit more.
Well, Lieutenant Patterson, glad to have you along. Go! Patterson, take the high road.
But so many things are working against you here. The frame rate is... I'm not gonna say it's single digit range, but it's not far off. And it actively does fuck with your aiming. God, I think it fucks with like multiple aspects of the game. And they keep oh yeah, go on the high ground. And then you go to the high ground. And it's like a terrible spot. Where the fuck did that guy even come from? I don't even know where half these fucking enemies are coming from half the time. Like, how are they getting behind? Okay. I know where that guy is.
Cover us. Keep your eye covered. Keep your eye.
Okay. We're in here. Right, that guy's down. Hello? Yep. 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 I mean, if it takes this amount of grenades to take out one tank, you think maybe you gave him too much health? No. Just a fault game. I don't know, just an idea. Oh yeah, great. Exactly what I need right now is fucking silenced pistol ammo of all things. Oh, hey! Thank you for the follow, Fearful. I'm having a bit of a miserable time. Turns out war is hell. They're right all along. It's not in the way I was expecting. This is definitely my last try, though. If I don't beat the level this attempt, then yeah, I don't know. God, if only my allies could. They have gotten stupider. It's the only explanation I have. Like, they are dying to enemies they were not having trouble with only like a couple of missions ago. Yeah, okay, like the shotgun I kind of get being in this level. Yeah, look at this field kit. You know, I'll leave that for now. But that's so hard to even spot. Then again, I don't know if I can actually get back that far if I need to. Okay, there are definitely enemies that will spawn in spots that you've been to. Nope, you know what? Yeah, I actually do think once you go this way. I don't know, maybe not. I guess you could go all the way back there. Okay. Yeah, see, look, why? I shouldn't run out of enemies. So where the fuck are they? Okay, does this game actually have dynamic difficulty? Because well, that doesn't make sense. There were just less enemies this time. But then the earlier encounter didn't have less enemies. Okay. There's a heal kit there. Oh. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the quality of this game. Why is it so hard to like hit anything? Okay, was it in here? Yes. It's great the tooltip says, yeah, you want to get to high ground for this encounter. Well, how the fuck do you do that? I haven't found a path that takes me up. What? The enemy's ability to blind fire with such accuracy. No, I'm done. I'm gonna look up a video of this level. Because... oh, there's a high ground. Also, those fucking panzer weapons are... they're so weak at taking out tanks. Again, specifically, if you press the tooltip button in that encounter, it says, yeah, you want to go up high. Well, where? God, I don't think my opinion of a game has turned so sharply as this one. I was feeling decently positive in the first stream. This stream, my opinion's gone way down. Like, I'm legit tempted to fucking see if I can change difficulty mid-playthrough or some shit, because I'm just... Alright, well, I'm not sure when the next stream on this channel will be. Any big events I've got coming up. I know at the Bad Game Hall of Fame, I'll be on the Casual Monday stream. I don't know if there's a plan for Tuesday. Thursday, we'll be playing more of Highlander on Jaguar CD. And then Friday is the next episode of Johnny Baghead's Not So Pro Skater, looking at all the different versions of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. So, yeah, I just want to wrap up. So, we're just going to join in the Bad Game Hall of Fame, who are doing games from a Hat GameCube edition. I just want to wrap up. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've had a miserable time today. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to wrap up. Let's just sort this out. Alright. Yeah, I'll be back whenever. Keep an eye on my social medias at Johnny Baghead on Twitter or Blue Sky. You want updates. And if you want to check out any old streams, go on YouTube, Johnny Baghead VODS. That's where all my past streams are. And I might even have some highlight videos come out soon. So take care, everyone. Oh, fuck this war, man. Oh, my God.